excuses for even one cobweb were accepted, harsh winters or illness included. Timothy was fastidious when it came to appearances. No one was going to talk about his family or his farm, at least not the people who mattered. In Timothy's mind, the people who mattered meant everyone in the Gamay. Everyone except her. Rosanna knew better than to complain to anyone about the truth. Her mother had always told her not to hang dirty laundry where other people could see it. The metaphor wasn't lost on Rosanna. She knew that if she talked to one of the preachers, Timothy's reaction would be worse than anything she already faced. She knew that he'd never change, so what was the point in confiding in anyone? Amish women didn't get divorced. They just worked alongside their husbands and learned to keep a stiff upper lip, even when sorrow dominated their lives. "Rosanna?" Hearing his voice call her name was jarring. While she shouldn't have been surprised that he was up, she had to dig deep to find the strength to face him. She dreaded returning to the kitchen and navigating the chaos of life, a life that felt increasingly out of control and overly demanding to Rosanna. The calm before the storm, she thought, was over. Every morning she rose early to find some time to reflect and pray, and be alone without Timothy's presence hovering nearby. It was still early morning, and that meant only one thing. The day was ahead of her, and like all of her days, it was going to be a long one. If she were lucky, Timothy would need to leave the farm to work with the English. "Rosanna!" He flung open the door, the upper hinge squeaking. Just one more thing to fix, she thought. "Are you deaf?" His voice shot through her, his harsh words cutting and mean. He was in a mood. She could tell that without even turning around to greet him. Taking a deep breath, she willed herself to remain calm. It was a method of coping that she had taught herself years ago. Deep breath in, hold it, exhale slowly. For some reason it helped. "Was just enjoying the sunrise," she answered, careful to avoid speaking with an edge to her voice. One look at her husband, and she knew that the morning wasn't going to start well, despite the fact that he was dressed and ready to begin his day. As always, his clean white shirt was wrinkle-free, and his trousers bore not a single spot to indicate they were his work pants. No, his clothing indicated nothing was amiss in the Zook household. After all, appearances mattered to him. It was only on the inside that the secret of his shame was apparent. Freshly laundered clothing couldn't hide the real problem. It was written all over his face, even if she was the only one who recognized it. Last night, as she did on most nights, she had retired early, putting the children to bed before retreating to the bedroom that she and Timothy shared. She read by her lantern light for a while, preferring the soft flickering of the kerosene lamp to the harsh brightness of the battery-operated lights that more and more Amish families were now using. The gentle shadows that danced on the pale blue walls helped her relax, and after reading 2 pages of her devotional, she set the book on her nightstand and blew out the lantern's flame. She awoke alone. Again. She stole quietly into the kitchen, suspecting that she would find Timothy there, still in his clothes and fast asleep. Before she struck a match to light the propane lantern over the kitchen table, she looked at the large sunroom that opened to the kitchen. Sure enough, she saw his form sprawled out on the sofa along the back wall. He was still wearing his work clothes from the previous day, and Rosanna suspected he wouldn't change. Again. She found him there most mornings. It was a routine that was becoming increasingly difficult to live with. She knew divorce was not an option, but she secretly thought about it from time to time. Now was one of those times. "There's no coffee brewing," Timothy said, running his hand through his uneven dark hair. He had insisted